So, hello and welcome, everyone. This is Golden Lion Tarot here to bring you our first live tarot reading. So, I'm going to let you know that I've never really watched too many of these live readings. I have seen a couple of them. I've never seen one start, so I'm not really sure how most of the other tarot readers have gone about doing this. So I thought just to get the ball rolling, just to get the energies flowing, and maybe waiting for a few people to join, we could talk about the current astrological influences that are currently affecting us, and how we can go about making the most out of this situation, and how we can grow from this. So currently, the sun's in Cancer and the moon's in Scorpio. So Scorpio might want to influence us in a way as to helping us wanting to like hide from our current situations whenever we do something that's not up to par, or if we're doing something that maybe we're not proud of. Cancer may give us the tendency to hide that instead of letting other people know that we have something that we're not proud of going on. Then we have the sun being in Cancer. That's more of a loving, nurturing energy. And that might want to do the opposite of the Scorpio hiding energy. The mothering aspect of Cancer may have us like accidentally blurt out one of our bad habits in front of one of our loved ones. And when we do something like that, our loved ones are usually right on the ball, ready to let us know that we're not perfect, that we did something that was distasteful. Maybe we hurt someone's feelings, or we presented ourselves in a way that we're not proud of. So, the mothering part of Cancer, making us do that in front of everyone, would be in order to help us to grow, of course, to help us to face the fact that we're not perfect, and also to guide us into a new way of handling the situation. So we have the sun in Cancer, the moon in Scorpio. Those are just a few factors that might be coming up in our lives day to day at this time. But then we have the supermoon coming up in Capricorn. So we have a full moon coming in July on Thursday, July 3rd. And that's going to start picking up the energy and pushing our buttons and revving up all of these things that we have going on internally that we don't always want to show people. But that loving mother side of Cancer is going to bring those out. And if I've learned anything, the new moons, the full moons, and the super moons, they bring these things out in ways that there's no controlling them. So I'm just going to give you an example. So today I had this happen to me. I'm here, so I work a couple different jobs right now, and I was getting home today from one of my jobs, and I was getting some food ready for myself. My children are here. I have two children in my home, um, 11 and 13, their ages, and they were going about doing their own thing. One was getting showered, and the other was playing a video game. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, my older son comes running up to me and says, all excited, of course, he's like, "Oh my goodness, we can go to Pappy's Pond." And I'm like, "I can't go to Pappy's Pond. I was planning to do this reading today." So he had his cousin on the phone, all excited, talking about what they're going to do. And I burst out and I'm like, "I can't take you to Pappy's Pond today, you know?" And I had like a rude tone in my voice. "I have this and this and this to do." And my nephew was like, Aunt Aaron, no, no, no. We're coming to get the boys." And so instantly I felt embarrassed that I barked, that I wasn't excited for them, being able to have this opportunity to go enjoy the nice weather today because it's beautiful outside. And then after that happened, they told me that they were going to be coming in 15 minutes. So I got off the phone and I started rushing, trying to get them ready to go. And it felt like 15 minutes was not enough time. Right? And then so I'm rushing, I'm barking orders, probably a lot ruder than I would have normally liked to have talked to my children. And during the chaos, my nephew calls back and he says, "We're on our way right now. We'll be there in like 2 minutes." Right? So the energy's ramping up and I'm getting like overwhelmed and we're starting to change our course of action and now we're like hightailing it and I'm saying things louder than I should have and it really should have been like a happy, exciting moment. What was happening was spirit was giving us an opportunity to have something better than what we had anticipated before those phone calls came through. But because of my old, worn out ways of being, when something comes my way and I'm not expecting it, sometimes we go into like an overreactive mode where we feel unstable, ungrounded, like something bad is coming in, even if it's a wonderful thing. So that's how I had today the supermoon in corporate Capricorn affecting me. So what I would like to do better in the future is when the phone calls come in, just maybe be excited to see what might be coming my way, coming my children's way, instead of expecting nothing but chaos. Maybe I can stay grounded and instead of yelling, maybe next time I can say, okay, what do we need to do in order to bring out the smoothest interaction with each other so that we can anchor this gift that's coming toward us. All right, so the supermoon in Capricorn. Capricorn's all about grounding, stability, hard work, structure, labor, patterns to success, time, focus, feeling stingy about time. It's also about preparing, what we do to prepare for our day, what we do to prepare for our future. What are the things that we do to help us to continue to move uphill? All right. Sometimes Saturn can feel, Saturn rules Capricorn, and sometimes Saturn can feel overwhelming and time consuming. Like it's like life is taking up too much of our time with uncomfortable, laborious tasks that just seem never ending throughout the day. All right, but with the supermoon coming in, maybe there's time that maybe it's time for us to look at the patterns that we have laid for ourselves, the foundations that we laid for ourselves, the foundations that we're handing to our children. Maybe it's time for us to look at those, to the patterns that we establish day in and day out. Okay, that's what I'm doing with this supermoon energy. I'm attempting to look at the patterns that I've already developed that just come naturally without any thought. Maybe it's time for me to start looking at patterns that I'm able to interrupt so that I can anchor like a better and higher, more flawless, beautiful energy coming in for me and for my family. All right, so I see we've got a few people that have joined, and yes, Estrella, nice to have you, and Wise Cat. We've got Crystal Kid, Lena, and we've got Amber Moon. Nice to see all of you here. Thank you for joining. So, aw, I'm glad that you were able to make it, Estrella. That's awesome. Yes. Yes, lots of water at this time. I've been drinking lots of water too. It's something that my body needs. I've noticed that the more water that I drink, the better that I'm always doing. I always have at least two water bottles with me. That's great to see you guys are doing that too. So Lena's got a Scorpio sun, Cancer. Oh, Scorpio sun, Cancer moon. Okay, happy I made it on. Okay, I'm glad you're here too. I thought you were saying that was your sun. But yes, those are the energies that we're dealing with today. It looks like a lot of you are also feeling them. So I guess I'll just continue pulling some. I think I'll grab some cards and see if I can pick up on any energies from you guys that have joined. And if you have any questions, go ahead and type them in. Oh, it is yours, Lena? Awesome. Well, that's awesome. So today's going to be really important for you. Very cool. So you've got the sun in Scorpio and the moon in Cancer. Sun, Scorpio, moon. Wow. So they're exact opposite. Wow. That's really great. I love Cancer energy. It's so deep. It's so like intriguing, and it Cancer rules tarot cards and the hidden things in life, the things that not everybody sees, but normally the people that are into tarot cards see those hidden things, right? We're always the ones that are looking deeper and trying to find the higher meaning to every situation. And then you've got, let's see, the moon in Cancer, so you're going to be super loving and nurturing and have those mothering abilities to your friends and to your family. You're going to want to take care of everyone else and sometimes forget about yourself, but we need to always remember that you need to take care of yourself first in order to be a good mother to everyone else. All right, so let's just see what the energies are for today. Tell me about the supermoon that's coming in and affecting our Cancer and Scorpio energy today. Please, Spirit. Okay, so we've got the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is sometimes a harsh energy, and I think I would also refer it to the Saturn energy that can be restricting and blunt and and telling people exactly what they need to hear. Sometimes the Queen of Swords is not the card that is gentle and loving, but it is the bringer of truth. She does care for her family. She does care for the ones that are around her, but she does it with a stern voice, because sometimes we need that sternness in order to really get to the truth of the matter. And with that Scorpio energy lingering in the air, we want the truth. We're we're searching for the truth. We're needing the truth. It's almost like that's how we're going to mother ourselves, is when we find the truth. So tell me more, Spirit, about this energy with the Queen of Swords and the supermoon coming for us. We've got the Ace of Cups. So some of you are dealing with this affecting your love life, or something that is greatly something that really you hold dear to you is going to be affecting you the most. Could be your loved one or your relationship. Then we've got the Devil. So it could be that there's going to be some sort of an uprising, right? Nobody wants to hear this. Like, I gave you a story about my situation with my children, but nobody wants to know that there's going to be, there's going to be an upheaval coming. But the thing is, those upheavals are sometimes the solidity that our relationships need. A lot of times after we have a an argument or like rude words back and forth with somebody that we love, if we're I know that it's not easy, but if we're able to like stop speaking and really not have the last word and walk away from them and take the time that's needed in order to to really figure out why that happened, why the person that claims to love you so much would talk to you in this way. Because look at, if somebody is talking to you rudely, but underneath that you know that they love you, there's always a higher reason why they did that. Okay, so when we walk away from something that's hard, that's downright dirty, mean, rooting, degrading, just offensive and rotten, okay, because the ones that we love know how to get us right to our core. They know all of our insecurities, they know what's going to hurt us, they know what we don't feel good about. So they're always going to be able to put those things in our face to hurt us, right? So when they do that, if we have, let's see, what's going on with that spirit? Why, what are we supposed to do? What is going on with this energy? We've got the Three of Wands. Okay, so the Three of Wands talks about creating something, something coming back to you. So what is it that that will be coming back to you? So out of these harsh words, maybe there's a harsh word that's going to be spoken, and it's going to come from somebody that feels like they're against you, someone that you could actually call the devil, somebody that really hurts you so deeply that you feel that like the devil was involved with this incident. All right, there's an opportunity here. Saturn's bringing an opportunity here for this to be a real moment for you to see something besides the hate, the severity in their tone, and their ability to be mean. All right, there's something else there. Show me what this is. So look at that. Wow, you've got the Knight of Cups here. Okay, so what, and I wasn't expecting something that beautiful to just jump right out of this kind of situation, because there's no doubt to me, whoever's dealing with this energy, the person on the other end that's delivering such harsh words, that underneath it all, they really have like this incredible love for you. I'm not talking about a fleeting love. I'm not talking about, oh, I just think of you sometimes. No, this person, they absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, they love you. They love your soul. They love the energy that you protrude when you're being happy. They love the way that you look at things. They love the way that you look at them when you're happy. They love the way that you make them feel when you're in love with them. Like, you do everything for this person on the inside. This person just, they light up with utter like sheer, it's like so emotional almost. They love you so much. There's something about you that they love so dearly. They love who you are. You are, they've never seen what you hold inside of yourself. You hold all. You hold it all. You are like first class, like flawless, the most magnificent, radiant being to them when you are in your, when you are feeling life as a beautiful soul that you sometimes feel like. Okay, tell me more about this connection, spirit, because this person is madly in love with you. Tell me more about this, spirit. Okay, so we've got the Five of Wands. All right, so in the Five of Wands, I see a lot of bickering. Okay, this is like daily bickering. This is like bickering about things that maybe, okay. So this rolls me back to what happened to me today, right? I said things. It's not like I degraded my children. I didn't do that. But I could have made a pleasant moment, right? Like we had a beautiful thing happen for us today. Their cousins called and wanted to do something really wonderful for them. But what did I do? I got agitated because it wasn't my normal routine. Okay, so this card is just reminding me of that. But this card maybe takes it with um I just keep hearing like bickering over something that doesn't matter. Bickering over something that doesn't matter. Okay, so, and if that's happened, there's always a way to undo that. Sometimes when we get into relationships and we start to, it's not that we don't appreciate the one that we love, it's that we start feeling unappreciated. And then and instead of talking about that, we end up watching our beloved and they do something that's a little annoying and we talk about it. Okay? Well, normally there's something behind all that. And that's where the Queen of Swords really came out to me. The Queen of Swords is the person that would talk about the initial thing that bothered them and not. The Queen of Swords is not going to bother herself with bickering, daily bickering. She's just like above that. Okay? So this card's showing me daily bickering, but this card is showing me this woman that's above that. So where are we, right? Are we going to how do we get above this, right? If we get into that sort of a pattern, and Saturn's all about patterns, right? So the super moon with Saturn and Capricorn Saturn loves patterns, loves being put into a box where and labeled like this is the way I am, this is the way that is. But the supermoon's going to want to force us out of this box and force us into new patterns. So let's see. All right, Spirit, show me more about this. Where are we going with this? How do we get out of these patterns? Okay, we've got the Fool. So the Fool's the beginning. The Fool takes us right back to ground zero, right? So this is showing us that the way out of something that's that tangled up, that's it's like it's an inferior energy to what we truly are, right? She encapsulates that. Ground zero. Where's ground zero? Ground zero is going to be different for all of us. Going to be different for you from the next person to the next person. So it's showing me that it's time to go back to ground zero. Where's the part that, where did you get hurt originally? Where was the original pain? Maybe it was something that was created in your own mind. Maybe it was something that was created by the one that you love. Maybe it's a mixture of both. But the bickering's never going to get you to the Fool, and it's never going to get you to the Queen of Swords. So let's see. How do we get there? So right now we've got the Nine of Swords. We've got some sleepless nights. We've got a girl that she'd rather be sleeping, but instead she's twirling her hair and watching the sunrise, but she still has the same problems that she went to sleep with. Right? So I think enough sleepless nights have been had. We've got the Queen of Pentacles. Beautiful. This shows me that the ability is there. The ability has solid foundation, which is what we're looking for. We are looking for that solid foundation that 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 you're able to build something new upon. Something new to be built upon. The solid foundation, the Queen of Pentacles. Yes. She is the master of feeling stable. She's always on top of the podium, organizing, pointing her finger, showing where things are to be done. So great. That means that shows me that whoever is enveloping this sort of energy is going to have a healing. There's going to be maybe a moment of distress. But ground zero is in the cards, and your radiant self will be coming through some sharp words at times, but the getting to the beginning, getting to where the seed was planted, maybe making yourself vulnerable and letting down a guard here and there, having the courage to to open up the door to this change. All right. So very beautiful. Let's see. Is there anything else that wants to come out for you guys? Or should we stick with this energy a little bit longer? Let's see. Where do you want to go? Do you want to stay here? Oh, which way do we go? All right. So the Chariot's here. Time for new change. Time for forward moment. It's up to us to pick our next road, to inhabit our next projects, to influence what comes back to us. All right. So I'm going to grab another deck and see if we can go into any more energies. I thank you for being here. Maybe Spirit will want to talk about the same thing. Maybe they'll want to pick up on something else. We'll just shuffle the cards up and see what happens. Okay, so we've got somebody that's feeling stuck, feeling that they're just not getting the movement that they are looking for. All right. So tell me about this Hangman energy, Spirit. Okay, so the Knight of Pentacles. All right, so it looks like there's something that it's almost like there's you have had like this creative idea, or you have this new project, and it's just not getting pushed in the right direction that you wished it would be going. This is the energy that I'm picking up now. Okay, then we've got the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands shows some it's like someone that is getting rewarded for their hard efforts. So congratulations to whoever has been working hard. This is someone that's been working hard and putting in a lot of effort, and their energy is coming back to them. They're getting recognition. Something is being announced, or you're having the recognition that you want. Okay, so I've got this person that's waiting, feeling maybe a bit lethargic, and feeling like they're sunk to the bottom of the sea, and they just don't know how they're going to get their project off the ground. And then I have someone that's having reward, recognition, and feeling like they've really gotten somewhere. All right, so is someone in the audience? Let's see. And then we've got the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so there's serious growth being had here. There's somebody that is they've got a wonderful amount of security and wealth coming into them. So whatever, maybe you've gotten a little bit of recognition so far, but things have been moving slowly for you. But what's coming in the future is this, it's something monumental. It's something that's going to really please you. Not only you, it's going to please all the people around you. You're going to be able to use your energy and help a vast amount of people with that if that's what you wish to do. But this sluggish energy may be, let's see, what's going on with this sluggish energy? Let me ask, why is this happening? Oh, so we've got the star. So some of you are upgrading, and it could be very well incorporated into the super moon, the Capricorn moon. It can be like a doozy. Let's just say that. It can make you to change up your patterns, change up the way that you felt grounded. Okay, so could be that some of you are having some very big integrations. You could be healing a woundedness within you that, let's see, what are they healing, spirits? What is it that they're healing? Okay, so how teachable are you? It could be that you are integrating something that is going to make you feel very vulnerable. Let's get some more on that, Spirit. Something that has to do with your home or your home life, or something when you were a child. It could be something that has to do with the way that your parents raised you. Something coming through about your not feeling safe, or not feeling loved, or not feeling the security that you would have given to yourself if you could have done something about this situation. So maybe some of you have been working a lot or putting a lot of your energy. I think that's going down with where you've gotten this recognition. And congratulations to you, because you've really been putting in the effort, and it looks like people around you are noticing. And if you didn't realize, like, people in your workplace are really like talking about you, and they're feeling really good about you, and they want to be around you right now. They want to kind of like bask off of your glory. There's something about you, them seeing that you've got it going on, and they want to be around it so that some of it can drizzle off onto them. So maybe, and you know this, you know that sometimes people don't always have the best intentions in the workplace. So maybe guard yourself a little bit there, because it could be some people might be trying to be a little nicer to you than they really mean to be, because they want to get something in return for their buddying up to you. Okay. Tell me more about what's going on here. Okay, so you're gaining wisdom. There's something that something about the childhood and you being home, and this serious amount of integration happening for you. You've got stars family, your star family's coming through, and they want to acknowledge the fact that they know what you've been through. They know the hardships that you've endured, and they are next to you. They can't wave their magic wand and take it away, but they do want to acknowledge that they're seeing what something of what you're going through. Something serious that only you know what you've gone through or going through. Right. Let's see. Vulnerable. So embrace and feel every aspect of this emotion. It makes you human, shown through kindness, love, and sincerity. Say what you feel and take a risk. Okay, so that reminds me of in the beginning of the reading that we were talking about. It's time to state what is important to you and what it is that you believe. Maybe you were done wrongly, or somebody did not show you the type of love that you were supposed to be shown. It is safe for you to talk about it. It is safe for you to get outside help for the situation. And just because maybe other people's problems are bigger than your own, doesn't mean that your situation isn't valid and just as important as someone else's situation. I believe that you're going through some sort of healing for your inner child. All right. It's okay to feel vulnerable at times, and you're going to gain wisdom through feeling vulnerable. This is going to open up the door for your healing, is to talk about this. Putting in the work. Action that helps achieve goals. Building the path for success. So some of you are actually like putting in some serious amount of work at your job, and spirit just really wants to let you know that that it's time to take acknowledgement of that. It's time to pat yourself on the back and maybe find a way to give yourself a little bit of a break if that's what's needed, because you work like no one else works. There's something about your work ethics being like superior to someone else that might be working right beside you. Someone may want to mimic the way that you do something, so maybe take a little bit of caution with that. If you feel comfortable letting them have a piece of your work, then do so. But if you don't, then just be on the lookout to make sure that you're always safeguarding the work that you have put in, because your work is like, it's like delightful. It's whoever's receiving your work is finding it exquisite. All right. So we've got limitations and fears. So something from your past is pulling you back. There's something that I feel like it's from your childhood. I just keep feeling like, this girl's showing me like prom day, something way back from like high school years, or I feel like even farther back for someone. It's like really going far back. The supermoon is going to bring up portions of yourself that you have built structures around from a very young age. It could be like the structures that you built from what was passed on to you, and you built some sort of a safeguard. I almost feel like you built some sort of like a bridge and secure walls for yourself to hide behind. But your past is like calling you back to like go over the bridge and climb the walls and get back into that uncomfortable home. All right, so I I believe that once you do so, that you're going to be opening up a book to another way of validate your feelings from that time in your life. Validate those feelings, and that's going to allow you to form like a new perspective. And it's like you're gonna have these you're gonna minimize these 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 things that have come in that were like ill-favored into your life. There's something like there's energy that comes in that's ill-favored that you don't know where it comes from, but it's from these the structure that you built when you were younger. So if you just take a moment to look at those, Spirit's asking you to look at those, get a little bit vulnerable. Your star family's next to you and wants to hold your hand while you look at those as the being that you are today. And if you're feeling tired and sluggish, that's okay. Really take the time to distance yourself from whatever's exhausting you. Take a time out and release yourself from the commitments. I feel like you have a lot of commitments at time that like tear you down, make you tired, and take your energy. All right, so I don't see any questions. So I'm just going to pull a couple cards to wrap it up. And is there anything else that wants to come out? Let's read one of these Starseed Oracle cards. All right. I am sorry. Defenselessness. Righting past wrongs. Uprooting. All right. So let's grab the book. I just would like to get into this I'm sorry card. We've got the Starseed Alchemist book. Let's see if I can figure out where. Oh, I found the eyes. Okay. Defenselessness. Righting past wrongs and uprooting. That's like what we were talking about. Our ability to stay rooted, our ability to change what makes us feel stable. All right. We're living in divisive times where when we're hurt and triggered, we tend to see things as a personal attack rather than an opportunity for healing. If we're to find true peace and unity, we need to drop our defenses and see things outside of wrong and right. Right? That's what we were talking about at the beginning of this reading. Looking at things, looking at things from a broader perspective instead of being offended so easily, maybe like not having the last word, and letting things open up to the bigger conversations of why maybe a bickering situation has happened, right? Okay, back into the book. As souls, we intrinsically remember unity and yearn for it here on earth. Perhaps this is why it feels so painful when we experience the opposite. Yeah, but it's crucial to remember that we can't simply bypass reality and pretend that unity, love, and forgiveness are here. This is one of the greatest challenges for starseeds. To bring about unity, we must first acknowledge the ways in which both we and the world have been divisive. Personally, ancestral, and collectively, the shadows, hate, wounds, separation, severing, wrongs, and sadness. You may be called to explore how you, your ancestors, or your society have concisely or consciously or unconsciously inflicted pain on others, to find a way to drop the armor around your heart and see things as they truly are for all people. To say, I'm sorry, with an open heart and mean it. To be part of the healing rather than the perpetuation of inherited conflict or oppression. This isn't about blame. It's about unwinding the patterning that got us here, right? It's about the patterning, guys. So, what are the patterns that we use? Like, it's time to look at the patterns. What are the patterns that we go to without even thinking, right? So, sometimes it's going to be time to change our patterns, to keep our mouth closed at a time when we normally would just open it up and let out all the pain that we have. It's okay to change. It takes a lot of courage to change, but it's no fun lying and dwelling in sadness or depression when there's a way out of it. Okay? So what is it that makes us feel grounded? Right? What's the earth sign grounded energy? We've got what? We've got Taurus, right? Taurus are supposedly very grounded beings. Then we've got Virgo and Capricorn. Here's this Capricorn supermoon coming in, showing us where our restrictions are, letting us know that it's time to put in the work, maybe in things that we weren't planning to put work into originally, right? Maybe it's time to lessen the workload in some places so that we can open up space for real achievement. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to not be perfect. It's okay to realize that we might have limitations and fears. Saturn wants to hold us together, wants to help us to manage our time better, wants to show us what we're working on. All right, so what do you give up time for? What is it that you give time for? Make sure you're giving and nurturing to yourself so that you're feeling whole. If you love tarot, then yes, take that time out to listen to your favorite tarot readers. Pull some cards if that's what opens up your heart to allow for higher anchored love. Find the things that help you to feel right inside. Ask yourself what isn't, or look at yourself and see what isn't working. If something's not working, okay, it's time to look at that, right? Like, what can we do today to help ourselves to create a healthier, wholer, radiant being that we know that you are? I know that you are. And the people that love you know that you are too. God knows that you are. Mother Earth knows that you are. It's time for you to know that you are. And it's okay to invest in yourself. It's okay to aspire to things that are greater than yourself. If you have an interest in something, beautiful. Don't be afraid to dream about it. someday, if you continue to dream about it, it will become tangible. Okay? You putting the work where you want to put the work. So Saturn asks you to examine where you're putting your work, examine who you're putting work into, because it might be time to limit one of those things. And it might be time to open up space for another one of those things. Either way, you're gaining wisdom through this super moon. And I really enjoyed taking the time to investigate the energies of how this super moon and the sun in Cancer and the moon in Scorpio are affecting all of us. Okay? Sometimes there's gonna be great things about these super moons and these energies of the astrology that's intertwined into our lives, and other times it's gonna feel distasteful and offensive to even talk about. But I think it's time that we do talk about some of those things so that we can attract something else into our lives. Okay? So I thank you all for joining me, and I look forward to doing future readings for you. And I don't see any questions, so I think I'm going to wind down the video, and I send you all lots and lots of love and peace. So, yes, thank you, Crystal Kid, for being a part of this. Thank you, Lena. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Oh my goodness. So so I'm just starting to see your comments on my thing, so I may have missed some of your comments. Oh my goodness. Yes, it was a pleasure to see you, Jade Peace. Thank you for being here. I look forward to interacting with your guys' energy in the future. And bear with me a little bit because this was my first time. So I send you guys so much love, and keep being awesome because you guys really are. I love feeling your energy. All right, guys. Take care.